So from the third mantra, शौनको ह वै महाशालः अङ्गिरसं विधिवत् उपसन्नः पप्रच्छ कस्मिन्नु भगवः विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवति इति. So in the third mantra, what is being said, that this Shaunakaha, the lineage of which was kind of said so far in the first two mantras, this Shaunakaha, who is this? Indeed, he is Mahashalaha. So he is a great Gruhastha who is doing the yagna, etc., who is doing his Nitya Naimittik karma, who is doing his Kartavya karma. And the Kartavya karma during the Vedic time was doing this kind of great yagna, and to do yagnas, you need to have that kind of great wealth to be able to do that uh, act of yagnas. So he was that kind of a great Gruhastha who was doing his duties. Bhashyakara will say, I'll just quickly go through the meaning. So he approached Angirasaha Vidhivat. According to the stipulation, or he approached Angirasam as a guru with a right attitude. He approached him, and then what did he do? He papracha. He asked. What did he ask? Kasminnu bhagavaha vignate sarvamidam vignatam bhavati iti. What is it knowing which one knows everything? So this was the question he asked. What is it knowing which everything becomes known? So Bhashya Kara explains this. What is that? So Shaunakaha. So he takes one word, right? Shaunakaha of the mantra is explained as Shaunakaha Shunakasya Apatyam. So the child of Shunaka is Shaunakaha. Then he explains this word Mahashalaha. What is Mahashalaha? Mahagruhastaha. He is a Mahagruhastaha, meaning he is doing his duties according to the Vedic stipulations, and he is doing his kind of, having this yagas, etc. And as part of a yaga, what else would be required? A lot of, you need to feed people, you need to feed other people. So he is doing this yagna, dana, tapa. This is involved in his uh, in his lifestyle. So he is a mahagruhastaha, meaning what? That he has, before approaching the guru, he was a mahagruhastha, meaning he led a life of yagna, dana, and tapas, meaning he led a life of karma yoga, meaning his process of antahkaran shuddhi has happened. He has gained the adhikaritvam. That is what is implied by the word Mahashalaha. Angirasam. So again, Bhashyakara takes the next word in the mantra Angirasam. So Angirasam. What is that? Angirasam is Bharadwaja Shishyam Acharyam. So Angirasam is the Shishya of Bharadwaja. And what is Angirasam here? He approached Acharya. He approached the Acharya, namely Angirasa, who is the Shishya of Bharadwaja. Okay, so then Bhashyakara goes to the next word in the mantra, Vidhivat. Vidhivat. So what does Vidhivat mean? Yatha Shastram iti etat. Vidhivat means as stipulated in the Shastra. So far, that's all Bhashyakara is saying. What next? Upasannaha. That word is explained. Upasannaha meaning what? Upagataha san. So one who has approached. Upasannaha simply means one who has approached. Then the word apracha. Apracha means Prishtavan, one who is having this question in his mind and is asking it to the Guru. Okay. So far, this is what Bhashyakara has explained. Now he dwells on the first section or first, whatever is explained so far. So he dwells on it. Shaunakaha Angirasaha Sambandhat वाग् विधिवत् विशेषेण अभावात् उपसदनविधेः पूर्वेषाम् अनियम इति गम्यते. Okay, so this is so how does the Shishya approach to the Guru? That is being explained, and here what is being explained? Why is the mantra using Vidhivat? So Bhashyakara is giving a commentary on why the word Vidhivat is used in the mantra. So in relation of Shaunaka approaching Angirasa, this Vag Vidhivat Visheshana, this word or this Visheshana adjective of Vidhivata, Abhavat Upasadana Videhe, perhaps uh, Purvesham aniyama. Perhaps the first explanation given is why is this word Vidivat used Purvesham aniyama. Maybe before Shaunaka, within the lineage, before Shaunaka, perhaps this niyama, this formality of how a shishya should approach a guru may not be there. And so, right now in the mantra, Vidhivat is introduced that Shaunaka approached the Guru in this manner, and consequently, or subsequently, not consequently, but subsequently in the lineage, everybody followed the same niyama. So, to highlight that, perhaps this Vidhivat word could have been used. So, first explanation Bhashyakara gives is uh, uh, that this Upasadana Videhe, that this Vidhi of Upasadana, meaning how a Shishya should approach a Guru, Purvesham, earlier there may not have been a Niyama, and that's why this word Vidhivat is used here, that from Shaunaka onwards, this Niyama started in this lineage. Second explanation is what? Maryada Karanartham Visheshanam. So this Visheshana of Vidhivat could be in the sense of Maryada, that up to Shaunaka, so far this Vidhi was not being, it was not there, and now henceforth this Vidhi is kind of, it comes into establishment. So it's in the sense of Maryada, or like second explanation is given Madhya Deepika Nyayartham Va Visheshanam, or it could be in the sense of this Madhya Deepika Nyaya. What is this Madhya Deepika Nyaya? That was explained by Anandagiri Tika and the Tippani. That let us say that there are two dark rooms, and if in between you place a lamp, then that lamp will light both the dark rooms. In the same way, this Vidhivat may have been used in the mantra to say that even before Shaunaka, this Vidhi was very much there, and even after Shaunaka, this vidhi very much continues to be there. So it was there already, and Shaunaka just followed that vidhi, subsequently highlighting that this vidhi, that a guru should be approached by proper attitude. And subsequently also, and for us also, what is the take home message? That when you approach a guru, you should approach the guru with a proper attitude. So, asmadishu api, even for us, upasadana videhe ishtatvat. This upasadana videhe, this proper attitude of approaching a guru is ishtatvat, is desirable. Kim ityaha, so then the next question is, what did he say? What Kimiti Aha means? What did Shaunaka said subsequently? So okay, he approached the Guru. What did he say? So then this mantra part is taken. Kasminnu Bhagavo Vignate. So from the mantra Kasminnu Bhagavo Vignate, that part is explained. So here Bhashyakara is saying Nu iti vitarke. Nu is in the sense of vitarka, a doubt or a question. What is the doubt, a question? That Bhashyakara will say, but here, first of all, the word nu is in the sense of doubt or question. Then Bhagavaha. So Bhagavo is written, Sandhi becomes, because of Sandhi it becomes Bhagavo. Word is Bhagavaha. So Vashyakara explains the word Bhagavaha. Bhagavaha meaning simply, Hey Bhagavan. Shaunaka addresses the Guru, like addresses Angirasa. How? Hey Bhagavan, Hey Bhagavan. Oh Lord, because the Guru is revered just as Ishvara, right? So he is addressing like this, and then what does he ask? Then the next part, Sarvam. The word Sarvam is being taken from the mantra Sarvam. Bhashyakara explains the word Sarvam. What does Sarvam mean? Sarvam means this much. Yadidam Vigneyam. Sarvam means Yat idam vigneyam. Whatever is vigneyam, whatever is knowable, whatever can be known. Gneyam means known. So idam means this. Whatever we perceive as this, which can be known, that is all included in sarvam. Then the next word Bhashyakara takes from the mantra Vignatam. So Vignatam, what does Vignatam mean? Vignatam means Visheshena Gnatam Avagatam Bhavati iti. Okay. So Visheshena Gnatam, that which is known very well in detail in all aspects. That is Vignatam. Gnatam meaning what? Avagatam. So, like I said, Bhashyakara will do this. He will use one word, or Gnatam is already there in that word Vignatam. So, he will break that word, how Vignatam should be understood. So, Vignatam is a samasa. So, how the samasa should be broken? It is a compound word. How that compound word should be broken? Visheshena Gnata. What should we understand by Gnatam? Avagatam. Avagatam means, again, Avagati means knowledge. So, that which is known in detail. Vignatam means Visheshana Gnatam. Knowing something in detail in all manner. Uh, so, what is that? Ekasmin, so then abhavati iti, meaning all the words of the mantra are being explained. So now Bhashyakara dwells on the question itself. So what is that question? एकस्मिन् विज्ञाते सर्ववित् bhavati. Where is this coming from? This is coming from another Shruti. Ekasmin vignate sarvavit bhavati. Knowing one thing, one becomes knower of all. Iti shishta pravadam shrutavan shaunakah tad vishesham vignatu kamah san kasmin iti vitarkayan papracha. So, ekasmin vignate sarvavit bhavati. Knowing one thing, one becomes sarvavit, knower of all. Iti shishta pravadam. Like this, Shaunaka Shrutavan must have heard shishta pravadam, a dialogue between the learned. He must have heard this from a dialogue between the learned, from the wise people. uh, Tat Vishesham. So he has this common knowledge because he has heard this from the wise people. But he doesn't have the Vignatam. He doesn't know it in detail, in all aspect. Like he doesn't know the detail. Vishesham. Tad Vishesham Vignatu Kamaha. So to know this exactly or in detail, or in like parokshataya, he knows this in words, but now he wants to know the immediate knowledge, aparoksha gnanam. He wants to know what does it mean in my life, what does it mean to me. Tad vishesham vignatu kamah. So to know this intimately, Vignatu Kamaha son, to know this intimately with this desire. Vignatu Kamaha means desire to know Visheshena, to know intimately. Kasmin iti vitarkayan papracha. With this desire, he asks, papracha, he asks, vitarkayan, having this doubt in his mind, having this question in his mind, he becomes one having asked this question, Kasmin eti. So that is how the word translation is. Bhashyakara gives another stand, Athava Lokasamanya Drishtriya Gnatva Eva Papracha. Or perhaps he knows it, but or how does he know this? Lokasamanya Drishtriya. Perhaps he knows this by way of general knowledge in the world. He knows this, and so he asks. So, what is this general knowledge? That now again, what is this Loka Samanya Drishtya? Bhashyakar again dwells on it. What is this Loka Samanya Drishtya? Santi hi loke suvarnadi shakalabhedaha suvarnatvat एकत्व विज्ञानेन विज्ञायमाना लौकिकैः. First example is what? In the world, we very well know Suvarna Dishak Suvarnadi Shakala Vedaha. Suvarnadi. The ornaments, Suvarna means gold, Shakala means the various pieces. So the various ornaments made of gold, even though Bhedaha, even though the ornaments are different. Still, what do we know? Suvarnatvat ekatva vignanena. Suvarnatvat, by knowing gold, by knowing that all these ornaments has one thing common, which is gold. So by just knowing gold, ekatva vignanena, vignayamana lokikaihi, all the ornaments of these golden pieces will be known. So this is known in the Laukika Vyavahara, in our day-to-day parlance. Tatha किम नेक्स्ट पार्ट तथा किम नु अस्ति सर्वस्य जगत भेदस्य एकं कारणं यत्र एकस्मिन् विज्ञाते सर्वं विज्ञातं भवति इति. So uh, I just explained the uh, Suvarna, by knowing gold, all the ornaments of all the golden ornaments, even though there is a bheda in the golden ornaments, but by knowing one cause from which the golden ornaments are made, all the effects, namely the golden ornaments, are known because effect is not different from the cause. So by knowing the cause, all the effects are as well known. So तथा किं नु अस्ति सर्वस्य जगतभेदस्य एकं कारणम्. So just like that, uh, is there such a thing like one cause for the entire Jagat in which I am seeing all these differences? Is there one karanam? Is there one cause? Just as gold is the one cause for all the golden ornaments, is there one cause for this for this world, for the differences that we see in the world? Is there one cause? Yatra ekasmin vignate, knowing which one cause, yatra ekasmin vignate, knowing which one cause, sarvam vignatam bhavati, everything will be known. So this could be his question. Sure. So either he could have heard from a dialogue between the learned, and now he wants to know it intimately, uh, immediately as his immediate knowledge, or he could have inferred this from our vyavahara or from our day-to-day parlance, that how when we know gold, we know all the golden ornaments. When we know the cause, we know all the effects made from that one cause. So also, is this Jagat made of one cause, knowing which I can know everything? So this could be his inference. Nanu, so then Nanu avidite, so then Purva Paksha is being raised. What is that? Nanu अविदिते हि कस्मिन् इति प्रश्नः अनुपपन्नः. Question is raised that if this person Shaunaka doesn't know this one cause, then his approaching to the teacher and then his asking to the teacher this question, that what is it, knowing which everything becomes known, is illogical. If he doesn't know that thing at all, then this question is illogical. What is, so Purva Paksha, there is a doubt in somebody's mind and he is opposing. So he's continuing the question that if he doesn't know the cause, then what should be his question? His question should be Kim asti taditi. Is there such a thing? Knowing which one thing everything becomes known? That should be his question. Tada prashna yukta. This should be the logical question. Why is he straight away asking what is it, knowing which everything becomes known? So this question is illogical. That is what the doubt is. So now the Siddhanti refutes that this doubt is not, your question, that this question is illogical. That's not correct. So Siddhanti responds. How does he respond? Siddhehi astitve kasmin iti syat yatha kasmin nidheyam iti. Um, Let me take the next sentence as well. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry. So सिद्धेहि अस्तित्वे कस्मिन् इति स्यात् यथा कस्मिन् इत्ययम् इति, up to iti. is the Purva Paksha. Up to iti is Purva Paksha. Usually when there is a Purva Paksha, then the doubt, etc. Generally it will start with iti. Generally. But Siddhehi Astitve Kasmin iti Syat. यथा कस्मिन् निधेयं सिद्धेहि अस्तित्वे. If that one thing, if that one cause is astitve, is established, then you would say kasmin niti syat. What is it? Yatha kasmin nidheyam. I want help of this one. Um, so essentially, this kasmin nidheyam iti is what? Where is, if you have the treasure, where is the treasure? That kind of question is possible once you know that this thing is, that there is a treasure, then you can ask, where is the treasure? If it is not known that there is such a treasure, then somebody will not ask, where is the treasure? When can you ask kasmin nidheyam, that where is the treasure? When it is known that there is a treasure. So that is the gist of this second part, Siddhehi Astitve. When the Astitva is Siddha, is established that there is such a Karana, then you can ask. But if he already has this doubt, then this question is Anupapanna. It is not logical. So Purva Paksha. So Siddhanti says, no, no, that question, that doubt is not proper. Why? Akshara Bahulyat आयासभीरुत्वात् प्रश्नः सम्भवति एव किन्नु अस्ति तत् तत् अस्मिन् तत् तत् यस्मिन् एकस्मिन् विज्ञाते सर्ववित् स्यात् इति. So no, this one question has both question included. In this one question, what is it? Knowing which one thing everything becomes known. In this question, both, is there such a thing knowing which everything becomes known, and if so, what is that one thing? Both these questions are included. But if according to you, if this was the question asked, then there would be like a lot of questions involved. You know, is there such a thing, and what is it? But in just asking what is it, knowing which one thing everything becomes known, you minimize the length of the question, you concise the question, and so you concise the variables involved, you make it brief, and so there is no defect. So in grammar, saying something in too much detail, akshara bahulyat, is considered to be a dosha. It is considered to be a defect. So here it is essentially said that it would require more words, and more effort from the Shishya. And that is why he explains the question very briefly, very shortly. What's that question? Kim no asti tat ekasmin. What is that one thing, knowing which? Is there such a thing? And what is it? Knowing which one thing, everything becomes, knowing which one thing, one becomes sarvavit. One becomes knower of everything. Fourth mantra. तस्मै स होवाच द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इति हस्म यत् ब्रह्मविदो वदन्ति परा चैवापरा च. So to that, Tasmai Shaunaka, this Guru Angirasa Saha Ha Uvacha. He replied. What did he reply? Vidye veditavye itihasma yad brahmavidaha vadanti. Brahmavidaha vadanti. The knowers of Brahma say, what do they say? Dve vidye veditavye. Two knowledge, two vidya should be known. What are those? Paracha, aparacha. This para knowledge and apara knowledge are the two knowledge that should be known. Oh, who says this? Brahmavidaha, knowers of Brahman, wise people. So, who says this? The Guru tells to Shaunaka in this manner that knowers of Brahman, they say that true knowledge should be known, para and apara. So, tasmai, the word tasmai is explained as tasmai means what? Shaunakaya, to Shaunaka, to the Shishya, namely Shaunaka. Then the word Saha is taken from the mantra. Saha means what? Angiraha. Saha means Angira, this guru, namely Angiras. Angira. Ha means killer, indeed. Again, the word ha from the mantra explained as indeed. Uvacha Uktavan. He spoke. What did he speak? Kimeti uchyate. What did he speak? What was it? Then uchyate. Then it is said. Dve vidye veditavye of the mantra is explained. Dve vidye veditavye. What is veditavye? So veditavye is explained by Bhashyakara as gnatavye. Another word is being given by knowing, or veditavya meaning should be known, gnatavya meaning should be known. So just another Sanskrit word. If you don't know the word vidita, then gnata. If you know the word gnata, then it becomes easy for you. So veditavya meaning gnatavya. Evam evam ha sma kila yat brahmavidah evam. Okay. Evam ha sma kila. Okay. So in this manner, ha and sma of the mantra are explained. Ha meaning what? Evam in the sense of emphasis. In the sense of emphasis. In the sense of okay, sma is just a verb, right? And ha is in the sense of evam. Kila or indeed. In this manner, indeed. This Brahmavida, knowers of Brahma, had said, Vadanti sma becomes a past tense. So whenever there is a sma with the verb, it is in the sense of past tense. So these knowers of Brahma had said. So that's how we should translate. They had said. Next word, Yad Brahmavidaha. So Bhashyakara takes it. Yad Brahmavidaha. What does that mean? Vedartha Abhignaha. What does that mean? Paramartha Darshinaha. So this much. This much is taken. So Yad Brahmavidaha. So Brahmavidaha means Vedartha Abhignaha. Vedasya Artha Abhignaha. These people who know the Artha, meaning of the Veda, or Tatparya of the Veda, essence of the Veda, they are said Brahmavidaha. What is another word for Brahma? Vedartha Abhijnaha or Brahmavidaha, Paramartha Darshinaha. Those who have the vision of the absolute truth. So they are Brahmavidaha. Vadanti, again, they said. So that need not be explained. Vadanti of the word mantra is explained. is taken as this. Kete, what did they say? Iti aha. Then it is said. Paracha, paracha of the mantra is explained. Paracha, Paramatma Vidya. Para meaning Paramatma Vidya, the knowledge related to Paramatma, the absolute uh, truth or the supreme self. Uh, Aparacha of the mantra is explained. Aparacha, dharma sadhana tat phala vishaya. Dharma, adharma is the sadhana of which knowledge uh, is, sorry, yeah, dharma, adharma is the sadhana or the means of which knowledge, and its phala, whatever is the phala of performing this dharma and adharma, the consequences of these performing performance of dharma and adharma, this knowledge comprising of this, the means of dharma and adharma and end of dharma and adharma, this knowledge is called apara. Now, question is raised. Nanu kasmin vidite sarvavid bhavati iti shaunakena pushtam. Tasmin vaktavye. Okay, so this, what was the question that Shaunaka asked? Okay, that uh, kasmin vidite, what is it knowing which everything becomes known? This is the question being asked. Tasmin vaktavye aprushtam aha angiraha dve vidya ityadi. And what is this guru responding? So Shaunaka is asking one question: what is it knowing which one becomes knower of everything? And Angirasa, the guru, responds how? By telling Dve Vidye Veditavye, two knowledge should be known. So the question and the answer as if doesn't connect. So that is the doubt being raised. That I am asking, the student is asking something and guru is answering something. What is this? This doesn't make sense. So Siddhanti says, Na esha doshaha, this defect is not there. Why? Krama apekshatvat prativachanasya, that this response to the question of the Shishya requires to be answered in a sequence. So, because this sequence is expected, therefore this dosha is not there. What is this sequence being talked about? What is this kramapikshatvat? That has been, further highlighted. Aparahi vidya avidya. So what is this apara vidya? First has to be told. That this apara vidya, that this knowledge related to apara is what? Is indeed avidya, is ignorance. Sa, because it keeps the person in ignorance, in samsara. It retains the duality. So this knowledge of apara is indeed avidya, is ignorance. So I'm not dwelling too much into the meaning that Swamiji gave, that I'll keep it to you. I'm just unfolding the main meaning of the Bhashya. Sa nirakartavya. That should be nirakartavya. The immediate meaning of Sanskrit meaning is it should be eliminated. Apara vidya should be eliminated. But Swamiji explained it as, and this is where a guru is needed, that how this word nirakartavya should be interpreted. So although the meaning of nirakartavya is eliminated, but it should not be translated word by word. It should be understood as sa nirakartavya. One should outgrow it. This paravidya should be outgrown. in one's life. Means we should outgrow the dependency on this kind of dharma, adharma, sadhana, and tatphala for my happiness. Tad vishaye hi avidite na kinchit tatvatah viditam syat iti. Having outgrown that, then alone this para-vidya can be unfolded. Then the para-vidya can be unfolded. Uh, sorry. Uh, so sorry. Let me complete this. Sa nirakartavya, having outgrown that, tad vishayehi, that should be outgrown. Why should it be outgrown? Why should it be outgrown? Or why should it be eliminated? Why should it be outgrown? Because what is aparavidya, or what tad, tad vishaye, what vishaye? Aparavidya vishaye. In with regards to aparavidya, avidite, so sorry, here it is avidite, but in the original text, in the Bhasya, it is vidite. So this should not be there, it should be vidite. तद विषये हि विदिते न किंचित तत्वतः विदितं स्यात् इति. That's how it should be. So with regards to apara vidya, it is not possible that by knowing one thing, one can know the essence of everything. So that's why this knowledge should be outgrown. So having stated that, now the next, that sequence is explained. Nirakritya hi purva paksham. After having eliminated this position of, this, that apara should also be known, if somebody has this in mind, then after having eliminated this, this thinking, निराकृत्य हि पूर्वपक्षं पश्चात् सिद्धान्तः वक्तव्यः भवति. Then alone one can put forward one's position that no, paravidya should be known. Paravidya is that one vidya knowing which everything becomes known. So out of these two vidya, para and aparavidya, aparavidya is not the vidya knowing which we can know everything. So that should be outgrown, and one should focus on what? Paravidya, knowing which everything becomes known. So in order to differentiate, first of all, what kind of knowledge is there, and of these two knowledge, what is the knowledge knowing which everything becomes known? This kind of distinction is first made. Going slowly. Okay, let me try to cover this quickly. तत्र अपरा ऋग्वेदः यजुर्वेदः सामवेदः अथर्ववेदः शिक्षाकल्पः व्याकरणं निरुक्तं छन्दः ज्योतिषमिति अथ परा यया तदक्षरमधिगम्यते. So now first of all, apara vidya is explained. What is apara vidya? So with regards to that, apara vidya includes what? Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, all the Veda. Then Shiksha, Kalpaha, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandana, Jyotisham, iti. And all the Vedanga. So these are called the Vedanga. Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandaha, Jyotisham. The six are called the Vedangas. And so the four Vedas as well as the six Vedangas, everything should be considered as what? Apara. Atha para, and what is para? Uh, so if this is apara, what is para? What is para vidya? Yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. Para knowledge is that by which this aksharam is known. This imperishable is known. This one cause is being known, can be known. And then it's explained tatra of the word tatraka. तत् अपरा इति उच्यते. तत्र का अपरा, sorry, तत्र का अपरा, that's then it is said. So with that regard, what is this apara and what is this para that is being said in the mantra? The first, tatra ka apara. So here, what is this apara, or there, what is this apara? So ऋग्वेदः, यजुर्वेदः, सामवेदः, अथर्ववेदः इति एते चत्वारो Vedaha, Chatwaraha Vedaha. In this manner, all four Vedas are included as apara. Then what? Shiksha, Kalpaha, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandaha, Jyotisham, Iti Angani Shat. These 6 Angas of the Veda, they are also included. Esha, Apara, Vidya. All these are included, or all these are apara vidya. These are said to be apara vidya. Atha, now Bhashyakara, atha idanim iyam para vidya uchyate yaya tat vakshyamana visheshanam aksharam adhigamyate prapyate. Okay, so Bhashyakara explains the next atha para yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. Atha idanim, now iyam para yam this para vidya. What is this para vidya? Then it is said yaya tat vakshyamana visheshanam aksharam adhigamyate. Yaya tat, sorry, atha idanim, now this para vidya is said that by which aksharam. So Bhashyakara explains this word aksharam because it is mentioned in the mantra for the first time, aksharam. So far only Paravidya was being introduced. Now for the first time, mantra introduces aksharam. So what is this aksharam? Vakshamana Visheshanam. So that which is going to be unfolded through this Upanishad. This Upanishad is going to dwell on Akshara, Brahma. So Vakshyamana Visheshanam Aksharam Adhigamyate, that by knowing which this Aksharam which is going to be said will be known. Adhigamyate will be known. Prapyate will be attained. So known, not in the sense of knowing and then one still has to attain. Knowing meaning prapyate, one will attain it. So here in this matter of Paravidya, knowing is equal to attaining. Why? 10th man story. Knowing 10th man, one becomes 10th man because he was already a 10th man. So that is the meaning. Then Bhashyakara again dwells on it. Adhipurvasya gamehe prayashah praptyarthatvat. So don't worry too much about it. It is just a grammar thing that how does the word adhigamyate is derived? It is essentially adhi is the upasarga. Uh, mm, I don't know what's the English word for upasarga, but it is a prefix. Yeah, it's a prefix to the verbal root gam dhatu in the sense of the gam dhatu means to go. But when this prefix adhi is added to gam dhatu, then it is in the sense of knowing or attaining. So adhipurvasya gamehe prayashah praptyarthatvat. So this adhigamyate is often used in the sense of attaining. That is what is being explained by Bhashyakara. न च परप्राप्तेः अवगमार्थस्य च भेदः अस्ति. अविद्यायाः अपाय एव हि परप्राप्ति परप्राप्तिः 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 अर्थान्तरम्. Should be अर्थान्तरम्. Let me see what is here. परप्राप्तिः परप्राप्तिः परप्राप्तिम् is the word. परप्राप्तिम् अर्थान्तरम्. परप्राप्तिम् 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 option परप्राप्तिम् अर्थान्तरम्. Okay, sorry, I'm just dwelling too much on the Sanskrit. न च परप्राप्तेः अवगमार्थस्य च भेदः अस्ति. So the prapti of paravidya and knowing of this para and attaining of this para, that kind of veda na asti. Knowing and attaining, generally speaking, that veda asti. Where? In aparavidya. If you want to cook something, knowing the recipe will not lead to you having attained that thing. You will have to do the work to cook it and make it available. But that is not how the equation works in Paravidya. So generally, whereas knowing is not equal to attaining, but that difference is not there where in this Paravidya. Nacha parapraptehe avagamarthasya cha vedah asti. The attaining of para and knowing of Brahma is not different. Why? Avidyayaha apaya evahi parapraptin arthantaram. The avidyayaha apaya. This elimination of ignorance itself is paraprapti. There is no other meaning other than elimination of ignorance. Like elimination of this notion that I am not the 10th man alone is the knowledge that I am the 10th man. Similarly, what is this paravidya? Uh, Discarding this, eliminating this limitedness and this ignorance, whatever ignorance is prevailing right now about me, when that will be eliminated, then paraprapti, what is already there, that will be recognized. So paraprapti is just the recognition of what is, and when this obstacle, namely avidya, namely ignorance, namely not knowing myself, and namely misunderstanding myself, mistaking myself, when that avidya, not knowing and superimposing something else upon me, not knowing as well as mistaking myself to be something else. When this adhyasa will go, then a paraprapti, then I will attain this paraprapti. That is being explained. Okay. Speed up. Nanu, question. Nanu, ऋग्वेदादि बाह्या तर्हि सा कथं पराविद्या स्यात् मोक्षसाधनं च. So question is raised that Rugvedadi Bhakya, if this Paravidya is outside this Rugveda, outside the Vedas, all the four Vedas you counted as a Paravidya. Now, if this Paravidya is, or Paravidya includes Upanishad, if this Upanishad or Paravidya is outside this Veda, Sa Katham Paravidya Syat Moksha Sadhanam, then how can we hit the means for moksha? Question is raised. या वेदवाक्याः स्मृतयः याश्चाकाश्च कुदृष्टयः इति स्मरन्ति. So there is this quotation in Manusmriti Um, the whole quotation is Ya Veda Bhakyaha Smrutayaha Yascha Kascha Kudrashtayah. Then the second part, which is not given here, is Sarvaha Ta Nishphalaha Pretya Tamo Nishtahi Taha Smrutaha. So basically, those who interprets, who has uh, kudrashti, who has wrong notions, uh, sarvaha juve. So whatever is the smriti which is not included in the Vedas, and whatever are the false notions, what will happen to that? All those will always be nishphala. They will never, they will never, uh, nishphala in the sense of they will never succeed. Succeed in what? In overcoming the darkness. Which darkness? In overcoming the darkness of ignorance, in overcoming the darkness of samsara. So, whatever is outside this Veda will always keep you in darkness, will always keep you in samsara. This is how the Smriti is, quoting. This Smriti is, this is what is said in the Smriti. So that quotation is remembered, and then Purva Paksha is raising this doubt that if you are telling that the whole Vedas, see, the Purva Paksha is probably a Mimamsaka who is hurt that you are putting the whole Vedas in Apara Vidya. Uh, and according to the Smriti, this Manusmriti statement, whatever is outside the Vedas, it cannot bring you out of darkness. So then what? Then what? So kudrashtitvat and nishphalatvat, two hetus are given. Two reasons are given. Udrashtitvat, because of the false notions, and because nishphalatvat, because it is not nishphalatvat, it is not possible for uh, the 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 scriptures outside the Vedas to bring us out of ignorance. Uh, so what? Because of these two reasons, anadeyaha syat. So therefore, though everything outside Vedas should be given up, they should not be adopted. Upnishadam cha Rugvedadi bahyatvam syat. And you are saying that according to you, if you're putting Upanishad Vedas as uh, Apara, then Upanishada is also part of Veda. So then, that will also become Aparavidya. So you cannot consider that as Paravidya. So, okay, so this one is this first meaning. If you say Upanishad is outside the Rig Veda, if at all you say, two arguments. Either you consider Upanishad as part of Veda, or you considered Upanishad as outside Veda. Upanishad is part of Veda, but let us take this two position. If you take it as outside Vedas, then this Manusmriti statement, by that it says, it implies that it has no meaning, because everything outside Veda, it cannot bring you out of samsara. It cannot bring you out of ignorance. Okay, so first argument. What is second argument? Rugvedaditve tu पृथक्करणम् anarthakam अथ para iti. Second position is, if it is part of Rigveda, then this whole division of Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, this is apara. And Yada, and then this is Paravidya. That division doesn't make sense. If both are part of Vedas, then this division doesn't make sense at all. So if Upanishadam is outside Veda, then the Manusmriti says that anything outside Vedas, it cannot bring you out of ignorance. So Upanishad becomes useless. And if it is part of Vedas, then this whole division that is being stated in the mantra, it becomes it redundant. It doesn't make any sense. So that is the question being raised. So, para iti. So till iti is the question of the purva paksha, opposition, opponent. Siddhanti responds, no, this dosha is not there. Why? Vedya Vishaya Vignanasya Vibhakshitvat. Uh, so the intention, Vibhakshitvat, the intention is what? Vedya Vishaya Vignanaha. Veda Vishaya Vignanaha Vivakshitaha. The intention is the knowledge, immediate knowledge of the subject matter which is to be known. What is that? Akshara. Uh, this is the intention. Further it is explained. Upanishada Vedya Akshara Vishayam Hi Upanishada Vedya Akshara Vishayam Hi Vignanam Iha Paravidya Iti Pradhanyena Vivakšitam Na Upanishada Shabda Rashihi. So, by the word Upanishad, Na Upanishada Rashihi, the implied meaning is not the text Upanishadam. Na Upanishada Rashihi Vivakšitam. The intended meaning here is not the words of the Upanishad. It is not the text, namely Upanishadam. So what is the implied meaning? The implied meaning is Upanishad Vedya Akshara Vishayam. The the subject matter which is Upanishada Vedya. So that which will be known by the words of Upanishad, which is what? Which is this topic, namely Aksharam. Uh, that is the intended implied meaning. So although there are these words, but these words will point to what? Or what is to be known by all these words? Aksharam. Brahma. Brahman is to be known. So, although these are just the words, even this Bhasya are just the words, we, by Upanishadam, we do not mean the text Upanishadam, we mean that Aksharam which will be known by Upanishada, by the words of the Upanishadam, by this text. That is what is meant by Paravidya. This is the knowledge, Vijnanam. This is the immediate knowledge, this immediate knowledge about Akshara. That is what is meant by Paravidya. This is what is meant by Paravidya Pradhanyena, primarily. This is the intended meaning primarily by uh, the word Paravidya. The Upanishad Rashihi, not the text Upanishad. Veda Shabdena tu Sarvatra Shabda Rashihi Vivakshitah. So by the word Veda, please understand everywhere. Shabda Rashi. It is a bunch of words or text. So when it is said Rigvedaha, Yajurvedaha, Samavedaha, Atharvavedaha is apara, what does it mean? This text. So these texts are apara vidya, but that aksharam Brahma, which will be expounded through this Upanishad words of the Vedanta, that is Paravidya. So the text itself or the words of the text falls in Apara, but the Vivakshita Artha, the imperishable, the Akshara, the implied meaning is Paravidya. Shabda Rashi Adhigame Shabda Rashi Hi Shabda Rashi Adhigame Api. Why is it so? Shabda Rashi Adhigame Api, even after knowing the words of the text, yatna anantaram, yatna antaram, yatna antaram antarena, पूर्वभि गमनादि लक्षणम वैराग्यम च न अक्षरादिगमः संभवति इति पृथक्करणं ब्रह्मविद्यायाः अतपरा विद्या इति. So even after knowing this words of Upanishad, Shabda Rashi Adhigame Api, even after knowing this, Yatna Antaram Antarena without doing this effort, Yatnantara, without doing this effort. What effort? Guruvabhi Gamanadi Lakshanam, of approaching, of the characteristics of approaching a guru without making this effort, Vairagyam cha, and another what? And having possessing this adhikaritvam of dispassion. Na akshara adhikamaha, one cannot know akshara. So just by knowing the text, one cannot know akshara. It requires the yatna of approaching a guru and cultivating this adhikaritvam of vairagya, etc. in our life. And that is why Pruthakkaranam, that is why Brahma Vidya is distinguished as Paravidya. It is distinguished from the Veda, the text, namely Vedas, and this Paravidya is distinguished hence in this manner. If it is okay, can I take 10 more minutes and complete this Yadadreksham so that we can start with 7th mantra tomorrow? Does everybody have 10 minutes?
Okay.
Or
Okay,
sure?
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Sure for me.
I'm sorry I took longer than I thought.
Yeah.
No problem.
Our
Okay.
reports are actually.
Sometimes for me to, I have to get my train. And so, anyways, I'll stick to the mantra. Adreksham, agrahyam, agotram, avarnam, achakshushrotram, tadapanipadam, nityam vibhum sarvagatam, susukshmam, tadavyayam, yad bhutayonim paripashyanti dhiraha. So, what is that? Paravidya, what is that aksharam? So this aksharam is being told to us in capsule form in this mantra, which is going to be unfolded in this entire Upanishadam. So if we want to dwell on one mantra, this is one of the primary mantras of the Upanishad. If we want to have some mantra as part of our meditation, contemplation, nididhyasanam, this can be one mantra which unfolds our very Swarupa, Swarupa of Brahma. So, very important mantra. Yat tadatreshyam, that which cannot be, dreshyam, which cannot be perceived, agrahyam, which cannot be grasped, agotram, which is not associated, which doesn't have any association, avarnam, which doesn't have any, characteristics. Bhashyakara will dwell on it, so we'll dwell at that time. Achakshushrotram, which does not possess this sense organs or organs of perception, which does not possess the organ of perception. Tadapani padam, which does not possess the organ of grasping, organ of action. And so what what is that, or how is it? Nityam, hence it is nityam. It is not there in time. It is vibhum. It is vividhena bhasati. It is there. It appears in different ways. Sarvagatam. It is sarvavyapak. It is there everywhere. It pervades everything. Susukshmam. It is very subtle. Tad avyayam. It is imperishable. That avyayam is what? Yat bhuta yonim, which is the cause of all the beings, all the bhuta, and all the living beings, is the cause of all the living beings. This is how paripashyanti dhiraha. The wise sees these akshara as this. How? How we described so far. So, yatha vidhi vishaye कर्त्रादि अनेक कारक उपसंहार द्वारेण वाक्यार्थ ज्ञान कालात् अन्यत्र अनुष्ठेयः अर्थः अस्ति अग्निहोत्रादि लक्षणः न तथा इह परविद्या विषये वाक्यार्थ ज्ञान समकाले एव तु पर्यवसति पर्यवसितः भवति. One sentence. Sangati is being given to this mantra. So, just as in a particular ritual, kartradi aneka karaka upasamhara dvarena. So after the factors of action are after they are known, after the meaning of the various factors of action are known, vakyartha gnana kalat anyatra anushtheya. So having known the meaning of the various factors of action, so let us say that there is a vakya. In a vakya, there is these various factors of action, namely, this is the karta, this is the karma, this is the karana, and various. I'm not going too much into grammar, but it is little bit talking with the angle of grammar. That in how grammar as well as a language, that how in any kriya, how in any action, there are factors of action, namely a doer, what is being done, on whom it's being done, how it is done, like from where it is done, by which instrument it is done, at what location it is done. All these are factors of action. So in a sentence, having known all these factors of action and having known the relation between the various factors of action, having known this samhara, this group of various karakas, factors of action, when one knows the vakyartha, when one knows the meaning of the sentence, Gnana Kalat Anyatra Anushtayaha. So after knowing that, okay, this is what the Vidhi or the Shastra's Vidhi is telling me to do, after this, one needs to do what? Anushtaya. One needs to actually work on it. After knowing the Vidhi, that this is the ritual to be performed, This person needs to do this by this manner. After knowing this kind of vidhi, vakyartha gnana kala anyatra, then one has to do anusthana. One has to implement it. One has to act upon it. Artha asti agnihotradi lakshana. Like how is done in agnihotradi karma. न तथा इह paravidya विषये. In that manner, this knowing and implementing this kind of vyavahara is not required or not needed in paravidya. Na tatha iha paravidya vishaye. With regards to paravidya, this same doesn't apply. Vakyartha jnana samakale eva. And what happens? At the time of the knowledge of the meaning of the Vakyartha. What Vakyartha happens in Paravidya? You are the 10th man. Tattvamasi. At the time of the knowledge of the Vakyartha alone, tu paryavasitaha bhavati. You do not have to do something after knowing you are the 10th man. This knowledge itself, uh, uh, you know, gives you the attainment of what is to be attained. So the knowledge itself culminates into what needs to be attained. That is, that Sangati is being given. So, Kevala Shabda, केवल शब्द प्रकाशित अर्थ ज्ञान मात्र निष्ठा व्यतिरिक्त अभावात. Okay, it is निष्ठा व्यतिरिक्त अभावात, not व्यतिरिक्त अभावात. तो केवल शब्द प्रकाशित अर्थ ज्ञान मात्र निष्ठा व्यतिरिक्त अभावात. So by the knowledge that is unfolded by the meaning of the word, this nishtha is possible. There is no other effort needed for the nishtha in this gnana. This prakashit artha, this meaning illumined by the word is paryapta, is sufficient for abidance in this knowledge. I am 10th man. I need not do a pranayam. I need not do some exercise to abide in this knowledge. I am the 10th man. So also this paravidya is the knowledge of what is existing. So gnana matra nishtha vyatirikta abhavat. There is no other effort other than gnana nishtha needed, other than gnana needed for abidance in this knowledge. Hence, there is no separate karma needed. That is the sangati. Tasmad iha paravidyam विशेषेण अक्षरेण विशिनष्टि यत्तत् अदृश्यम् इत्यादिना. Tasmad, therefore, iha, in this paravidyam, savisheshena aksharena vishinashti. So this akshara is being unfolded in detail by this mantra. So now this paravidya, which is explained like this, that which does not require a second a karma for its abidance. The gnana itself is paryapta. This is being unfolded. How? Vakshamanam buddhau samvrutya siddhavat paramrishati yattat iti. So, vakshamanam buddhau samvrutya. So, it is going to be said, vakshamanam. So, that which is going to be said, buddhau samvrutya, is being, is being samvrutya. It is being remembered, recollected in the buddhi. Buddha is the adhikaran. It's the location where is this remembered. Siddhavat paramrishati. And it is being explained as if it has already been told. And see, the mantra is for the first time explaining Akshara as if it has been deliberating for a long time on Akshara and as if it is introducing. So, in a very capsule form, it is introducing to us what is going to be stated in lot of detail through the whole Upanishad. It is being stated as if it has been already spoken of. That is being said. Essentially, it is being said in capsule form. This aksharam is introduced. Adreshyam, so the mantra word adreshyam is explained as adrushyam. What is adreshyam? Adreshyam is adrushyam, that which cannot be seen, which cannot be perceived. Why? Sarvesham buddhi indriyanam agamyam iti etat. Because sarvesham buddhi indriyanam agamyam. Because it is not possible to know through any of our indriyas, with any of our organ of perception. दृशेः बहिः प्रवृत्तस्य पंचेन्द्रिय द्वारकत्वात्. Why is it so? Why can it not be said by? Why can this akshara be not known through our organ of perception? Drushehe bahihi pravrittasya. What is the pravritti activity of? How is the activity of the sense of these, our indriyas, our organ of perception? Bahihi. Our organ of perception is engaged externally, and hence it cannot know this aksharam. So, meaning aksharam is not something outside. That's what it means. So, drushehe bahihi pravrittasya panchendriya dvarakatvat. By all the sense organ, by the organ of perception are all engaged externally, meaning they are directed outwardly. Hence, it cannot be known, hence, aksharam cannot be known by the indriyas. So, meaning what? This aksharam is not something external. This we should understand. This we should imply. By implication, we should understand that this aksharam is not something outside. Next word, agrahyam. Karmendriya avishayam iti etat. This aksharam, it is a vishaya. It cannot be objectified. It cannot be known as this by the organ of action. It cannot be known by the organ of sense perception as this. And agrahyam meaning it cannot be grasped by the organ of action as this phone, this remote. It is not something to be grasped like this. So agrahyam, it is not a subject matter to be grasped by the organ of actions. Agotram. What is agotram? Gotram anvayaha. It does not have gotram anvayaha moolam iti anarthantaram, meaning it does not have it does not have a cause, it does not have an association. It does not have any association, and so it does not have any cause. Agotram anvayam ityarthaha. Agotram meaning it is anvayaha. It is without anvayaha. It is without any association. So it is without any association, and agotram anvayaha moolam. The gotram usually has an Anvaya association with a Moolam, with a cause. When does somebody has a Gotram? When do we say I belong to Kashyap Gotra? When I have a cause. So Gotram Anvayaha Moolam. Gotram has Anvaya association with a Moolam cause. Iti Anarthantaram. That kind of cause or association is not there, therefore a Gotram. Okay, let me speed up. Nahi tasya moolam asti yena anvitam syat. So that which does not have this kind of cause, this kind of association, that is a gotram. Then avarnaha is explained. Varnam is explained. Varnyante iti varnaha. What is varnaha? That which can be described is varnaha or is varnaha. What can be described? Dravya dharmaha, that which possess some characteristic that can be described. Like what? Sthulattvadi, Sthulattvadayah, Shuklattvadayah. Va. Sthulattvadihi or Shuklattvadihi. Like something possesses Sthulatva or something possesses Shuklatva. Like something has this characteristics of this is gross, this is fat, this is thin, then you can describe. When something is gross, then you can describe this is fat, this is lean. When something has color, then you can say this is white, this is black, etc. So this kind of dravya dharma is possible when something can be described, or when can you describe something when something possesses this dharma or characteristics of dravya, of material. When something has this characteristics of it being a material, matter, that which is a matter can be described, but it is not a matter. By saying avarnyam, it is not a matter. It is not a matter. Neither is it energy. It is not a matter. Nor a guna. But I guess the guna will be explained. Even a guna can be described, that if somebody is good, Maruji is good, you can describe that when that guna is there. So this dravya is not there. First of all, this matter, it is not a matter. So this aksharam is not matter. Again, further explained, avidyamana varna yasya tat avarnam aksharam. So that in which this varna is not present, this kind of descriptive characteristic, meaning the dravya dharma, the characteristic of matter is not there, is called avarnam, aksharam, imperishable. Then the next word, achakshushrodram is explained. Achakshushrodram meaning chakshuscha shrotram cha. That which possesses chakshu and shrotram. Chakshuscha shrotram cha namarupa vishaye karane sarvajantuna. So generally all the beings have these two instruments, namely chakshuscha shrotram cha, eyes and ears. These organs of perceptions are there in all the beings. Te avidyamane yasya, these organs of perception are not present in whom that person, that entity is called a chakshushrotram. So a chakshushrotram is an entity who is not possessing, who is devoid of this chakshu and shrotram, this organ of perception. यह सर्वज्ञः सर्ववित् इति चेतनावत् इति चेतना. Hopefully I'll be able to complete this. Which is there? Okay, we'll be able to do this. यह सर्वज्ञः सर्ववित् इति चेतनावत्व विशेषणात् प्राप्तं संसारिणाम् इव चक्षुश्रोत्रादिभिः करणैः अर्थसाधकत्वम्. Why is this need in the mantra to say it is a chakshushrotram? Because in a later mantra in Mundaka itself, which we will see in a couple of days, it will be said that this aksharam is sarvagnaha sarvavit. I mean, when can somebody know everything, and when can one be a knower of everything? Then this concept may arise that one must possess, uh, he possesses all the eyes, all the ears, etc. So, with regards to that mantra, which is going to be quoted subsequently, it is said that although this aksharam is sarvagnaha, he knows everything, and not only he knows everything in general, he knows everything in detail. But how? When we know and we know everything in detail, we know it through our organ of perception. So, is that how he knows? Does he have organ of perception? No. So, that to highlight that, this word achakshush is introduced in the word. It is achakshush This aksharam is achakshush. It is unlike the seeing of the samsaris through the eyes, through the instrument of perception. Tad iha achakshushrotram iti varyate. Therefore, to eliminate this notion that this Brahman or Aksharam also sees through instruments, through organ of perception, to eliminate this, it is being said it is achakshush-shrotram. Uh, oh. Oh my God, what did I do? Okay, thankfully I am back to where I left. Okay, so then it is said, then the Upanishad is, Shruti is quoted, Pashyat Pashyati achakshuhu sashrunoti akarnaha ityadi darshanat. This as well is kind of supported in another Shruti where it is said that this Brahman sees without having eyes, it hears without having ears. So it does all these activities not through the usual organ of perception. Kincha tat apanipadam. So now, moreover, tat apanipadam. Not only it is a chakshushrotram, it is also a panipadam. It is without having organ of action. Karmendriya rahitam iti etat. It is without any organ of action. Yat evam agrahyam grahakam cha atah nityam avinashi. So now the second part of the mantra, Nityam, etc., is being explained. Because it is agrahyam and also because it is agrahakam. So neither it can be perceived, Brahman is not something to be perceived, neither it is something that perceives. Neither it perceives, it is not the perceiver, not it is something that is perceived, and therefore what? It is nityam, therefore it is not in time, therefore it is avinashi, therefore it is always there. Always there meaning what? If something is always there, it is meaning it is not there in time. It is avinashi, meaning it never gets destroyed, meaning it is never that it is not there. So because of this, it means it is nityam. Then the word vibhum of the mantra is explained as vividham in various ways. What are the various ways? Brahmadi sthavaranta prani bhedaihi bhavati iti vibhum. So in what different ways does it appear? Brahmadi, beginning from Brahmaji to this sthavara, to this non-mobile, uh, uh, you know, uh, falling short of words. To this non-mobile chara and achara, right? So to this uh, thavara and jangamam. Sorry. So his Bhashyakara is explaining the word vibhum as vividam brahmadi, beginning from the greatest manifestation, which is Brahma, to this least evolved manifestation, which is thavara, immobile living beings uh, like vegetation, like trees, which doesn't move. So beginning from the most evolved to the least evolved, this prani bhedaihi bhavati. This the one that appears as this division, as this various division, is vibhum. Is vibhum. So he is vibhum. He appears variously. This one akshara alone appears as this Brahmaji to this vegetation, which is standing there, which is immobile. Then the word Sarvagatam is explained. Sarvagatam, Vyapakam, Akashavat to Sukshmam. Sarvagatam meaning pervading. It is all pervasive. How? Like Akash, just like space is all pervasive. So also this Brahman is all pervasive. Then Susukshmam. Sorry. Let me do this again. Sarvagatam is what? All pervasive. Uh, Sarvagatam is all pervasive. Now it can also be said, interesting. So Akashavat can go both ways, the Susukshmam and Sarvagatam. So okay, we can take it, you can take it just as I explained. So Akasha is all pervasive. Only thing, this Aksharam is more pervasive than Akasha, which we will see eventually as the Upanishad will say. I'm just giving the essence right now. Sarvagatam means Vyapakam, all pervasive, Akashavat, like space. Then the next word is being explained, Susukshmam. It is Susukshmam. So now we can also take this Akashavat Susukshmam. See, Akasha is Susukshmam, very subtle. It doesn't have the characteristic, like water has characteristic of taste, fire has the characteristic of light and heat. So these characteristics are not present in Akasha, and so it is Susukshmam. Further reason is given, Shabdadi Sthulatva Karana Rahitva. Why is this Aksharam Susukshmam? Because Shabdadi, these characteristics like sound, etc., and all the sthula, grossness, all these attributes are not there. Karana Rahitva, these are not there in Aksharam. Therefore, it is Susukshmam. Then, Shab, same thing, Sukshmam alone is explained further. Shabdadayaha hi Akasha Vayu Adinam Uttara Sthulatva Karanani. So, Tattva Bodh, people who have studied Tattva Bodh, none of you have done so. So we will do so soon. But Shabdadayaha. So Shabda is the Adi of which. So what are the attributes which are being talked about? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. So the five elements, Akasha, Prithvi, Jala, Teja, Vayu, these have five aspects or five characteristics. Those five characteristics are not present in whom is Susukshmam. Because these five characteristics are not present, therefore it is Susukshmam. So, So, so what gives something a grossness? These things gives the grossness. Um, but why did you say akashavat susukshmam? Angika ji, give me few minutes. I'm running into one more session. Why why is akasha susukshmam? So in this five elements, akasha, vayu, then akasha, vayu, teja, uh, akasha, vayu, agni, jala, and prithvi. Of these, prithvi is the grossest because it has five characteristics. Prithvi is born of water. Water has four characteristics. Water is born of Teja. Teja has three characteristics. Teja is born of Vayu. Vayu has two characteristics. Vayu is born of Akasha. Akasha has only one characteristic, namely sound. So that is being referred to here. So that is why I said if you had known Tattva Bodha, this would have been clear. I don't know if Swamiji referred to this in detail, but so that is the Uttara Sthulatva Karanani being described here. So in that sequence, Prithvi is grossest, uh, and the previous one is less gross, and Akasha is the least gross, most subtle, because it has only one characteristic, namely sound. And this Brahman doesn't even have this characteristic of sound, and therefore it is susukshma. It is even subtle than akasha. Tat abhavat, uh, because of absence of these characteristics, it is susukshmam. Okay, three more lines. Kincha, moreover, tat avyayam. Moreover, it is imperishable. Why? Ukta dharmatvat eva na vyeti iti avyayam. These Ukta Dharma. What are these Ukta Dharma? This Akash, Adi, Vayu, etc. All these five elements, all these aspects are not there in Brahman, because these five elements are not there. Therefore, its Vyaya, it cannot undergo destruction. It cannot be destroyed. What can be destroyed? That which possesses these five aspects can be impacted upon, but it does not possess these characteristics. Therefore, there is nothing to be impacted upon. Therefore, it is avyayam. Nahi anangasya swa anga apachaya lakshanah vyayah sambhavati sharirasya eva. So that which has a anga, if you have an anga, if I have these angas, arms, then yeah, I can, this can go, it can become, I can have paralysis of my hand, and I can, one day this can, doctors may say it needs to be amputated. So when this goes, when this hand is amputated, what happens to this body? Apachaya. It, there is reduction, there is destruction, there is deterioration. So that which possesses part goes through apachaya. But this Brahman doesn't have anga, it doesn't have part, therefore, uh, vyayah na sambhavati. Just as the vyaya of sharira happens, the sharira which is sa angasya, the vyaya is possible in there. Like that, here in Brahman, in Akshara, vyaya is not possible. न अपि कोश अपचय लक्षणः व्ययः संभवति राज्ञः इव. How else can vyaya happen? That somebody is dhanavan, somebody is wealthy, and if the wealth is destroyed, then the person is no longer rich, he becomes poor. So that kind of having some possession, and when that possession is destroyed, then one gets destroyed. That is also not there. It is not that this Brahman possesses something, and when this possession will be destroyed, Brahman can be destroyed. So neither does it have any anga, it does not have any parts, so it cannot be destroyed. It does not have any attributes, so it cannot be destroyed. It does not have any possession, so it cannot be destroyed. न अपि गुणद्वारकः व्ययः सम्भवति अगुणत्वात् सर्वात्मकत्वात् च. It also cannot have a deterioration in terms of guna. That somebody was a good person one time, and then now he has taken to bad habits. He has become a bad person. He has become an evil person. This kind of guna also is not there in Brahman or Aksharam, and therefore that vyaya, that destruction is also not possible because agunatvat, this akshara is devoid of guna. Why? Sarvatmakatvat cha, because it is the self of everyone. His Brahman or akshara is the self of everyone. Therefore, it does not have a specific guna. If I am good, I cannot be evil. But this is the self, it is the atma of everybody. Therefore, it does not possess a specific guna. यत् एवं लक्षणं भूतयोनिं भूतानां कारणं पृथ्वी इव स्थावरजङ्गमानां परिपश्यन्ति सर्वतः आत्मभूतं सर्वस्य अक्षरं परिपश्यन्ति धीराः धीमन्तः विवेकिनः. Long sentence. So yat evam lakshanam, this aksharam which is of this nature, of this characteristics as being expounded so far, bhutayonim, bhutayonim is explained, bhutanam karanam, which is the cause of the living beings. Prithvi eva stavara jangamana. What is bhutanam? Prithvi eva, including all the Prithvi, including all the earth, including all the earth, including all the world, earth, and like English earth, okay? not the Sanskrit meaning earth. Sthavara Jangamana, mobile and immobile, all the living beings. It is the cause of all the living beings on the Prithvi, on the earth. Paripashyanti sarvatah atmabhutam sarvasya aksharam pashyanti niryaha. So what is dhiraha? Let me go with the last word. What is dhiraha? Dhimantaha, vivekinaha. So those who possess dhihi, buddhi. What kind of buddhi? Viveka buddhi. So those who can discriminate between truth and untruth, those wise people, pashyanti, they see. They see what? Aksharam. They see this as aksharam. Sarvatah atmabhutam sarvasya. They see this aksharam as what? As the self of all. They see this aksharam as the self of all. This aksharam is the self of all. This is how they see this aksharam is the self of all. This is the cause of all the universe. Idrusham aksharam. In this manner, aksharam yaya vidyaya. In this manner, by which this aksharam is known, adhigamyate is known, sa paravidya iti samudaya artha. That is paravidya. This is the conclusion. Okay. Okay. So from tomorrow we start with mantra 5. Thank you for bearing with me, and we almost took it as a 2-hour class. Let's finish with the prayers.
Yeah.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Hari
Thank
Om.
you.
Hari Om.
Thank you.